and germs. My name is Paul Allen. I am kind of back. This isn't a main episode, but I am the horror expert. I am joined by,
I am Matthew, one of the superhero and sci-fi experts.
and this is finally my review of the movie Stream, which is a horror film that came out just a few weeks ago, and I sadly did not get to see it on opening night. Um, but I did get to see it. It was the last day of its proper theatrical run, I believe. And
Was it a stream, baby?
oh god damn it, I did not miss that at all. Um, anyway, um, this movie is packed full of cast, very recognizable names and faces. One of whom I will fangirl over whenever we get to that part of the review. Um, we also have a stellar story, in my opinion. Like, I really enjoyed the story. It's simple, it's easy to follow, and the actors do absolutely phenomenal conveying the emotions and the weight of the situation they're in. So, this is going to contain spoilers. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, then get the fuck off of this video.
I think we should specify I have not watched this. I'm just here for comic relief.
Are you cool with spoilers?
I don't care.
You're gonna see it when it's streaming.
I'm just here for comic relief.
It's gonna be a very fun review. This is a fun movie. It was written by, and please forgive me if I butcher any of these names somehow. It was written by Steven Della Sala, Jason Levy, and Michael Levy, who Michael Levy is also the director. Phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. The script. I love the dialogue. I love the direction. The stars of this. I'm gonna save a couple of these. I'm gonna save one name in particular for the end of the review. Danielle Harris is in it, and I have to say in my opinion, they made a very bold move with her character because she was killed off fairly early.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You know, it almost like it was slightly reminiscent of the of Drew Barrymore in
Barrymore and
Scream.
Scream. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You know, and that's how it is for like every quote unquote name in this movie. Felissa Rose wasn't in it that much. Dave Sheridan wasn't in it that much. Every name was not really in it that much, and I enjoy it for that. Like, you know, they got the name recognition to get the audience, and then the audience stayed for the plot, for the
Newer actors.
for the story.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so, like, for those who only came to the movies to see Felissa Rose or
Danielle Harris.
Tony Todd, Danielle Harris, you know, they got them.
Yeah.
But you know, they had to watch the whole movie, and some of these names didn't show up until the very end, which guarantees, you know, you got to stay throughout because you know, if they're your favorite actor, you want to see and make sure you don't miss them. And I really liked that. The lead actor, which IMDb is showing these very out of order.
Yeah, they do that sometimes.
But some of my favorite characters, I love the lead actor whose name is admittedly skipping me right now. But the lead actor was absolutely phenomenal. He played the husband of Danielle Harris's character, and they went to this resort with their two children, a teenage daughter and a younger son.
Wikipedia will have them in the right order.
Good call. So they show up to this like resort, this hotel, which is actually a place that you can stay at today. Stunning setting. The visuals, I love this hotel. I want to go and visit this hotel. It's incredible.
Come for the view, stay for the kill.
Exactly. So this family, they go to the hotel, and of course, the bratty teenage daughter goes off on her own pretty much immediately. Ends up in the bar where she is given a drink by a foreign gentleman who's a little older than her.
Bad call.
And I mean, nothing inappropriate happens beyond
Yeah.
that. Like they're until they get to the roof.
Yeah.
There's like a kissing scene and whatnot, but nothing beyond that.
Yeah.
But
I'm just saying she made a bad choice with that one.
actually, that was probably the smartest choice that she made in the movie.
Oh no.
But so they go to their room, and of course, they have like a couple of odd occurrences. There's a dude that gets knocked off of a ladder in the hallway. So things are a little off. For example, there's no Wi-Fi. There's no connection to the outside world. Red flag number 1. Get the fuck out of there, motherfuckers. Charles Edwin Powell.
Okay.
Who I think I'm actually friends with on Facebook.
Nice.
He plays Roy, who's the lead character in this.
Okay.
Again, phenomenal performance. Absolutely phenomenal. He's a name that needs to get out there more. The antagonist was Mr. Lockwood, played by Jeffrey Combs.
Jeffrey Combs is solid.
Oh my god, he fucking kills in this. Literally.
One of my favorite roles of his is actually in animation.
Yeah.
He plays the Question on Justice League Unlimited,
Mm-hmm.
who is he's like a detective who believes in like everything is related. It's all one big conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where the other Justice League members are like, we have to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
We have to work with the nut.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder how his performance is in this compared to that.
Oh, dude, he's great in this.
That's good.
He's great. He's very convincing too.
Nice.
Like you look at him and I mean there are certain jokes that are cracked throughout the movie by him, and
yeah.
It adds a lot to the character. I think he's trying to come off a certain way to the guests who end up being his victims. He's not quite as convincing as he lets on. He definitely has those slip ups and red flag moments
where he's trying to lead them on, but he kind of like oops.
No, that doesn't last forever. They get into it fairly quickly. So the gist of it is these, this family and a few of the other hotel guests, they are trapped and they are being hunted down by 4 players and killed in the most fucking gruesome ways. I personally didn't find it to be as gory as Terrifier 2, but I feel like some of the kills were a little more creative.
I feel like Terrifier 3 is going to be the winner this year for that.
Oh, fuck.
If David Howard Thornton threw up during a set scene when he's the actual killer, you're in danger.
Speaking of, he's player 2.
Oh, nice.
Jason Levy is player 1.
I led into that without even knowing.
David Howard Thornton is player 2. I'm very likely to butcher this name, so forgive me in advance. Liana Paralia. She's player 3. Mark Haynes plays player 4. And
are they ready for player 1 though?
I really didn't miss this. For those of you who are just tuning in or otherwise are unaware that I've not been here for really like 3 or 4 months now, Matthew makes a lot of puns. I make a lot of puns. And
it's wonderful.
Let me tell you, going that length without hearing, aside from when I'm over just hanging out, I was satisfied. But anyway, the 4 players are very, very fun. They're fun characters. Player 1 lasts the longest, or at least so we think. Player 2 and 3, they were brother and sister. And player 4, he was mostly on his own. He's a fucking huge dude. Like he kind of puts OG Batista to shame.
Oh wow.
I mean, he's a big boy. And I will say my one disappointment with the film is I wanted him to be like either the last man standing on the killer side or close.
Yeah.
He died relatively quickly
Okay.
after the game started. Um,
Was
that
it a
was
case of brains not brawn, or brawn's not brain?
I mean I don't know if I'd say that the main protagonist just outsmarted him.
Okay.
Um,
Because I know that is a movie trope where the big guy's kind of an idiot.
yeah, Abigail.
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
That was the first thing I was thinking of.
um,
Drax and Guardians.
mhm. But the kills, like I said, I don't know if I'd go as far as saying it was as brutal or sorry, as gory as Terrifier 2. Um, but they were very, 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 very good. They were creative. I think my favorite was the tic-tac-toe kill. Need I say more?
I don't. Oh,
He like he
like like a horror version of a magician where he moves the stuff around.
so the way it plays out is the victim's hands are nailed to the wall behind him, and they carve out the playing board, and then they carve the X's and the O's, and it's the brother and sister, right?
Yeah.
So they're like playing against each other, carving the X's and the O's,
Oh
and it's is it bad that I found it funny?
no.
It was a very creative kill. I thought it was amazing. Um,
If you can't find humor in murder, we're
um,
we're just joking.
we
We're-
are. Or are we? But I think another kill that really stood out to me was player 4.
Yeah.
Where he smashes this fucking guy's face in to a arcade game.
Nice.
I loved that.
It's a whole new meaning to the term Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that would have been hilarious if that was the game.
Yes, it would have.
But player 3 died next, and that it was a little. I wish that she would have died a little bit better of a death, but it wasn't necessarily a bad death.
Okay.
I just wish it. I wish there would have been a little more to it. Now it's been a minute since I've seen the movie, and I need to see it again. But I believe that she just gets stabbed in an artery in the neck.
Okay.
Which that it's gonna fucking kill someone.
Yeah.
I wish it would have been a little bit more than that. That's
Yeah.
just it's not a script thing. It's not a character thing. It's a
a
me
personal
thing.
preference. Yeah.
I really like the switch up, where player 1 attacks the main character, and they kind of disappear into the hallway from the camera point of view, and so the host of the game, he loses sight of them, and then you see player 1 come out, but you don't see the father, and the kid, which I need to backtrack a little bit. The kid hacked the Wi-Fi, and so he actually spoke to the host. And I'm not going to spoil too much about that, partially because I don't remember all of it in that great a detail. But then the kid ends up going to the kitchen to hide, and player 1 catches up to him, and you think, oh my god, he's going to kill the kid. Player 1 takes off the mask, and it's the father. He had killed player 1 and took the costume.
Nice.
So that he could be in disguise.
Yeah.
Player 2 comes in, David Howard Thornton's character.
Yeah.
And let me just say, he plays a sadist. He plays a killer so fucking good.
I just hope he doesn't get typecasted.
I think that that's exactly what is happening, though, because that's all that I'm seeing him in right now.
Yeah.
I would like to see, and he may have credits out there like this. So if that is the case, then definitely want to look into it.
When did the first Terrifier come out?
16, I believe.
Okay, because he played another role around the same time. Another killer clown.
That's
He
amazing.
played Joker in
Okay.
in a Nightwing fan series.
Okay.
We kind of discussed on the main episode
hmm
because we were talking about
I don't know that he's been in anything other than a killer role.
yeah.
I mean, he may have been. I haven't looked into his filmography, so I may be wrong. But the only things that I know that he's been in are the Terrifier movies, Stream, the main one, and the upcoming Steamboat Willie movie.
Yeah. So all the same role basically.
Yeah, very similar.
Which is why it was what we watched it earlier that I believe earlier this year. That's why it was so cool to see Robin Williams in 1 Hour Photo
Yeah.
because it was totally different for him.
hmm Yeah. David Howard Thornton, if you want to play a role other than a serial killer, hit me up. I am glad to cast you in a protagonist role, or even an antagonist role that isn't quite like these movies.
I wonder how it'd be as like a bumbling like cop, like Dewey type cop, Dewey Scream 1.
I don't know if that's what I would cast him as.
That'd be interesting though. They see him in that role.
It could be. He's a very physical actor though.
Yeah.
He's a very physical actor. So I feel like I don't know. I don't know.
Boxing movie.
Oh, okay. Not boxing. I would say more like
MMA.
like a Roundhouse type movie,
Yeah.
if that makes
Roadhouse,
sense.
you mean?
Roadhouse, sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
That could be interesting.
see? Yeah. But anywho, so
Amazon Roadhouse 2. Cast him.
so to get back to the daughter, right?
Yeah.
So she ends up sneaking out of the hotel room. This is one of her smartest moves. She sneaks out of her hotel room, her family's hotel room, to meet up with the guy that she met at the bar. She goes to his room, and he was staying with a friend, and then they go to the rooftop, and then they ditch the hotel, and they go to a concert. And that's the smartest move she made in the entire movie was going with the dude. They end up coming back, and then he gets killed very quickly after they return. And she seemingly gets killed. You think, oh, it was a double kill, and they even say that in the movie. That's part of the dialogue is, oh, double kill. um, but at the end of the day, the dad seemingly overcomes all odds. He kills David Howard Thornton. Interestingly, part of his mask like burns and falls off, and you see some of his face. Not a lot, not a lot, but I've never seen him in a role that I actually saw any part of his face.
Right.
So I found that fascinating. But then, he kills Lockwood, and then he's on his knees and he's talking to his son, and then you see like a point of view shot of someone walking towards him. And to be honest, I thought that it was one of the other killers that maybe didn't actually die. And then you see that he gets stabbed from behind, like with a can't remember exactly what it was, maybe a spear. I might be saying the wrong thing, but it's his daughter because he's still in the Player One outfit.
Oh.
His daughter accidentally kills him.
Oh wow.
And it was actually a very emotional moment too, because he doesn't die immediately, and so
Right,
like
of course he
whenever
doesn't.
she realizes that it's her father, and she fucking breaks down, and then he's trying to tell her like, hey, it's okay, you were just protecting your brother.
Yeah.
I fuck you for making me cry in this movie. Fuck you. But that was a very emotional ending, and honestly, I think it was exactly how it should have ended. Well, that part of the movie.
Yeah.
There are so many horror movies where there's a happy ending nowadays,
Yeah.
where the good guys all walk out unscathed. Scream 6, what the fuck? That's my only complaint with Scream 6.
See, since I'm not like a main horror person,
Mhm.
I like happy endings.
Hmm. Well, I do too, but horror movies, like, if you want to be realistic, there's not always a happy ending.
Right. I'm saying always, but
Hmm.
like there's some where the endings are just so bad.
Yeah.
One of the ones we talked about on the main episode, The Mist.
Oh gosh.
Garrett had that on his list of top movies.
And I agree with that. And I hate the ending, but I love it because it adds a lot of emotional weight.
Yes.
It fucks you up though.
I can't watch it anymore. I watched it once and I'm done.
Yeah. And there are movies that you can only watch once, and that's
Yeah.
totally valid. In this case, I don't think that there's anything that'll fuck you up too much, except for one scene that we've already spoken about.
Yeah.
Um, that is easily skippable.
Yeah.
But overall, this movie is fantastic. You go into kind of a mid-credit sequence where you see more Lockwoods, right? Um, I fangirled whenever I found this out. I am disappointed because it leaked, and I saw it before I got to see the movie. Tim Curry does his first live action role in how many fucking years? Like 10?
I have no clue how long it's been.
It's been a long time. I mean, he's done voice work, right? But live action, you see the physical Tim Curry. He hasn't done anything in a very long time.
Right.
He had a stroke, and he's not nearly as mobile as he once was. He's in a motorized wheelchair, and we pretty much thought we're never going to get Tim Curry in a live action movie again. So, again, fuck you for making me cry. Why should I cry at the sight of a serial killer? Now, granted, Tim Curry is under a mask.
Yeah.
You don't physically see his face, and that's totally fine. You hear his voice, and that's all you fucking need in this scene.
Yeah.
He's in. His assistant is Bill Moseley.
Yeah.
Always wonderful seeing him in a movie. He plays the horror role so well. Can see why Rob Zombie uses him in nearly everything.
Yeah.
Tony Todd. I'm just saying, if we get Stream 2, please have Tony Todd in it more and have Tim Curry in it if you can. I don't know what his stipulations are for coming back. I know that there has to be a lot of accommodations. So I don't know if more Tim Curry is possible, more than what we did get. But I would love to see something because clearly he still loves what he does.
Yeah.
And god damn it, he's one of the best that's done it. Clue.
That's what I was going to say.
Rocky
One of the
Horror
greatest
Picture
scenes
Show.
of all time in any movie.
Where he just reenacts the entire movie in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Love it. I love it. I love Tim Curry, and I am so, so grateful that we have another Tim Curry performance live action.
I think I'm going to rewatch Clue this week.
Me too. Every time that I speak of Tim Curry, I must watch Clue.
Yes. Aren't you glad we watched that together?
Yes.
That's become one of your favorite movies.
It's going to be in my top 50, if not top 10.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, this movie is great. I think I gave it a straight 5. I might have given it 4.5 on Letterboxd. The moment that this comes out on physical or digital, it'll probably hit digital first. Please buy it. Support these filmmakers. It's the same team behind the Terrifier movies, and they are like us, independent filmmakers, and they are very blessed to have the following they have. So please support them. Buy the digital, buy the physical. Go and see it if it somehow screens near you, and do whatever you can to support these guys. They're fucking awesome.
Speaking of horror movies, in physical media,
Mm-hmm.
Garrett did a review of it earlier this year. Longlegs came out on disc this week.
It's out now?
Yes.
On DVD?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Hell yeah.
Well, technically tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. Because we're recording this Monday. But yeah, Long Legs comes out this week. So when this
Get your fucking asses off your couch and go buy Long Legs since it's already out. And then whenever Stream comes out, get your asses off your couch again and buy that.
Sport Physical Media.
Yes. I can attest to the fact that physical media is what pays us.
Yes.
Um,
And it doesn't just go for movies; it goes for music too.
yes. Just kind of a segue to end this a little bit. I'm a musician. Let me pull up my stats, and I'll even disclose how much I made from streaming. I don't care. It's not that much. It's not that exciting. So this is why I say support physical media. Absolutely stream it, buy digital, but definitely get the physical. Music, I have 9,844,044 streams. You would think that would be a fucking huge payday. However, it is only $125.69. Now, Matthew, you're a lot better at math than me. If 9 million people bought an album at $10,
Yeah. Yeah.
Support physical media, motherfuckers!
That $125, if 13 people bought your CD,
Yeah.
that would give you that $125. That would be $130.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like, physical media is the way to go.
Yes.
And even if you like streaming, buy a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Buy a poster. Buy something.
They do have on the producer's website, they do have stream merchandise.
Yes.
They have Terrifier merchandise.
Yes.
Go check it out.
Yeah, buy merch too.
Yeah.
It goes for music and movies.
Mm-hmm. For example, Matthew likes to support Taylor Swift merch.
I do not. Currently, I'm in a Power Ranger shirt.
Not according to Twitter.
Yeah, you hacked the Twitter.
No, I didn't.
Well, not technically hack because you have
I'm
the
not
password.
the one that did that. I just saw it.
Dylan said he didn't do it.
I didn't.
It must have been. It had to have been you.
It wasn't me.
Who else could it have been?
Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, Stream is a very solid movie. I can't wait to watch it again. Again, support the actors. Check out their other work. Support the director. Support the producers. I can't wait to see what they do in the future. They're amazing.
A good way to support independent people, not necessarily financially, but a lot of people started doing short films.
Yeah.
So you could even type short film into YouTube and just check out some of the stuff that's available. Yeah. And that's a good way to start exploring new people.
Yeah. And also comment on the videos that you like. Comment on the short films you like. As somebody who's currently a smaller creator right now, every time that I see a comment that says, like they loved it or, they point out specific things they liked, that's very encouraging. Keep it up. Keep saying those things. Go to the videos. You like it, comment. You hate it, I guess comment that too.
Try to be constructive if you can.
Yeah. Anyway, that is all I have for Stream. Cannot wait to watch it. I would like to do a live stream, no pun intended, whenever you and I watch it together.
Yeah.
I think that you'll enjoy it. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
And buy a DVD, you motherfuckers.
See ya.
Peace.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out. Good night.